I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses.
Welcome back to our little slice of paradise here aboard Eucalyptus. We're cruising around Greece, where except for a few occasions with pretty terrifying weather, we've been living the dream, sailing, sunning, and of course, exploring jaw-droppingly gorgeous and historical spots like today's destination, the mythical island of Delos. This is the legendary birthplace of Apollo and his twin Artemis. Yes, Delos, where Greek mythology and ancient history collide in a swirl of sunshine, ruins, and lions. But more on those in a bit. Today we're leaving the island of Tinos and heading to the magnificent island of Delos. We left the port of Tinos in 35-knot winds and managed to exit the harbor unscathed, though it was pretty hairy there for a bit because a gigantic ferry came into the harbor just as we were trying to exit. So we ended up motoring over to the other side of the bay where all the anchored boats were and just circled around waiting for the ferry to go by while trying to avoid hitting anybody. Anyway, once we were out of the harbor, about a kilometer or so, the wind just died, so it was slow going from there. We're dropping anchor in a beautiful bay off the island of Rineia, as it has a better wind and swell outlook than staying off the island of Delos. Then we plan to just take our dinghy to Delos. Picture a sparkling turquoise anchorage, our dinghy zipping across the waves, and bam, we step right into the ancient past. We left Tinos this morning back here, and it was hairy. You can't tell by looking right now how beautiful it looks, but man, leaving, there's 35 plus knots of wind when we go over lines. But anyway, we made it out, and got some pretty big swells, and the wind just completely died. We're at 15 knots now, which is not dead, but I mean, I guess compared to what it was back there. We got two buddy boats, Wandering Star and Odyssey X, and that's Mykonos in the background. But we're not going to Mykonos right now. We're going right next door to an island called Delos and another island called Rineia, or something like that, which is over there.
It's no wonder you're so bright, and sure. I'll take you away to where the sun shines. So bright, you can stare at the stars at night.
Mykonos is packed with cruise ships. We're going over here behind all these rocks. I hate going so close to all these rocks. Well, this anchorage is nuts. Gullets full of people. It's super windy. Rocks everywhere. We dropped in just over 7 meters. We're at 8 meters now. We've got 46.8 out right now, which is not enough probably, but we don't want to go back any further, and we're only going to be here for a couple of hours. Once all these day boats and gullets leave, we're going to move up and re-anchor a little bit better or go somewhere else, so we should be good right now. A couple of boats have gone, but the gullet is leaving now. And the spaces are changing, so we're probably going to move our boat forward before somebody else comes in and takes the spots. We dropped anchor again at 7.2. We're at 7.6 right now. We've got 47.6 out. We're moving again. We're too close to that yellow buoy, and there's a big rock coming out from where that yellow buoy is. So we're going to move to this side over here between these two and then go back that way. So here we go yet again for our third anchoring of the day. We dropped at 6.0. We got 36.8 out with the bridle. We added about 7 or 8 to the bridle. All right, we have re-anchored again. There's the moon. And the yellow buoy with the rock is all over there. This is the house of Dionysus. This one's dedicated to the god of wine, parties, and many questionable life choices. Inside, there's a very famous mosaic floor of Dionysus riding a panther. Imagine being so cool that you say, I don't need a horse, I'm just gonna ride a wild cat. Dionysus is the Greek name of the god of wine, festivity, insanity, indulgence, and wild passion. This is the same god venerated by the Romans, and they called him Bacchus, a name some of you may be familiar with if you've ever been to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. We explored the house of Cleopatra. No, not that Cleopatra. This was the home of a wealthy Delian couple who apparently wanted to make sure everybody knew just how rich they were. Think marble statues, spalling mosaics, and vibes that scream, look at me, I'm fancy. It's like the ancient Greek version of a mansion with a pool, except the pool is metaphorical and the flex is all in the statues. We've wandered through the theater quarter. Picture this, ancient streets, beautiful stone ruins, and a massive open-air theater seating 5,000 spectators where ancient Greeks sat to watch the original soap operas, minus the soap, but with a lot of action. there's gotta be a way to get up there. We just can't figure it out. Yeah, I don't know if I have enough patience for that. Putting together all these puzzles, they've got all the pieces numbered. 296, 297, 295. 293's over there, they just haven't laid it in its spot. And here they are, the celebrities of Delos, the Terrace of the Lions. These marble guardians have been keeping watch for centuries, and they're still stealing the show. They look a little weathered, but hey, so would you if you'd be sitting around in the sun for 2,500 years. Finally, we braved the long, steep stairs to the top of Mount Kythnos. Was it worth it? Absolutely. The views are a panorama of the Cyclades, with the Aegean stretching out forever. Pro tip, bring water, sunscreen, and a sense of adventure. Your quads are going to thank you later. This is the birthplace of Artemis, who is said to be the moon personified as a goddess.
Across the hazy moon, through the ocean vast, the ships are closing in, mist will turn to dust. Beyond the murky cloud, the story will unfold. The dragon of the horizon, history untold. Almighty gods of war, lead us fame and glory. We shall be victorious. All will know our story. They came from frozen plains, waltzing through the storm.
We should have a group shot.
The dragons of the horizon, history unfold.
Cyros in the background. Then you look at the Tinos where it came from. And you go around, you can see Mykonos. Then you go down, that's Naxos.
Naxos, finally.
And then you got Paros next to it. Straight down the middle of Naxos and Paros is Santorini. The voyage carries on. The dragons of the north, history untold.
Oh, that's a pretty moon. Good morning, July 3rd, the day before Independence Day. We are in Rineia and we are headed to Mykonos. This beautiful morning. We stayed in this anchorage about 3-ish nights and got to use our kayaks for the first time. Absolutely beautiful out here. It's so calm for just a second because as soon as we get out of this bay, it's gonna kick up a bit. So there you have it, folks. Delos, the island of myths, mosaics, and marble lions. If you plan to travel to Greece, make sure you include a visit to this incredible island. There's several ferries that come here from Mykonos. If you enjoyed this little peek into ancient history, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next Greek island adventure. Until then, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.